across 3,000 years, from the reign of King Solomon to the railroads of Rockefeller, from Roman legions to Wall Street bankers. Every empire followed the same rules, different languages, different religions, different currencies, but the same laws. Ignore them, and wealth collapses. Follow them, and empires rise. History is not random. Power leaves patterns, wealth leaves clues, dominance leaves footprints. And today, we decode the 7 wealth laws every empire in history obeyed. Law 1. Control infrastructure. Empires are not built on money. They are built on movement. Roads, ports, energy grids, railways, shipping lanes, digital cables, supply chains. Infrastructure is the bloodstream of wealth. The Roman Empire did not dominate Europe because it had the most gold. It dominated because it built roads across continents. Those roads allowed armies to move faster than enemies. But more importantly, they allowed trade to expand without friction. Merchants could move goods safely. Taxes flowed efficiently. Markets expanded. Centuries later, the British Empire ruled the seas. Not merely with warships, but with trade routes. Whoever controlled the oceans controlled global commerce. In the 20th century, America built highways, pipelines, airports, and telecommunications networks. In the 21st century, data centers and fiber optic cables have replaced Roman roads. An infrastructure evolves, but the principle never changes. Whoever controls movement controls markets, and whoever controls markets controls wealth. If goods cannot move, economies shrink. If energy cannot flow, production stops. If information cannot travel, decisions slow down. Empires invest first in structure, because structure multiplies everything else. Law 2. Stability attracts capital money, hates chaos. It always has. When a nation is unstable, capital escapes. And when systems are predictable, capital arrives. The Dutch Golden Age flourished because merchants trusted the rule of law. Investors placed money in Amsterdam because contracts were honored. Banks operated transparently. Disputes were resolved fairly. Predictability reduced fear. And reduced fear attracts wealth. In contrast, empires trapped in civil war lose investment. Political instability creates uncertainty. Uncertainty increases risk. Risk repels capital. Modern financial hubs share a common trait. New York, London, Singapore all offer legal stability, clear regulations, reliable enforcement, predictable governance. Investors may chase high returns, but they require security first. Peace is profitable. Order is attractive. Stability compounds wealth because it lowers friction, and lowered friction accelerates growth. Law 3. Information is power. Speed wins. The empire that learns first acts first. And the empire that acts first profits first. In ancient times, military scouts determined victory. Information about troop movements decided battles. Centuries later, merchant families built private courier systems. The Rothschild banking family famously received news of major European battles before governments did. That information advantage built extraordinary wealth because knowledge allows positioning, and positioning allows leverage. Today, the battlefield is financial markets. High-frequency trading firms invest millions to gain microseconds of speed. Why? Because information is power. The printing press reshaped Europe. The telegraph reshaped commerce. The internet reshaped the planet. Each communication breakthrough compressed time, and compressed time increases advantage. Empires that dominate communication dominate coordination. Coordination increases efficiency. Efficiency increases profit. Information is not just awareness, it is strategic dominance. And Law 4. Systems outlast leaders. Charismatic leaders inspire, but systems endure. History is filled with powerful rulers whose empires collapsed after their death. Why? Because personality is fragile. Systems are scalable. The Roman Republic built legal frameworks that governed vast territories. The British Empire relied on institutions, central banks, naval command structures, legal codes. Modern corporations survive CEO transitions because processes are embedded. A visionary may spark growth, but a system sustains it. Without systems, wealth becomes dependent on one person. With systems, wealth becomes automatic. Empires that codify rules create resilience. Structure prevents chaos. Process prevents collapse. The most durable wealth is institutional wealth, not personal wealth. Because institutions replicate. Individuals expire. Law 5. Discipline preserves wealth. Growth creates temptation. Temptation destroys discipline. And loss of discipline destroys empires. The late Roman Empire indulged in luxury. Political corruption increased. Military standards declined. Spending expanded without restraint. The pattern repeats across history. Rapid growth leads to excess. Excess leads to weakness. Weakness invites decline. Disciplined empires reinvest profits. They build reserves. They prepare for downturns. Modern wealth dynasties operate similarly. They diversify portfolios. They avoid overexposure. And they hedge against volatility. Luxury is seductive. But restraint sustains power. True wealth requires patience. It requires self-control. It requires the ability to say no even when abundance says yes. Empires collapse from within before they fall from outside. Discipline protects dynasties. Law 6. Leverage necessities. Control what people cannot live without. Food, water, energy, finance, technology. Necessities create leverage. Ancient Egypt controlled grain storage. During famine, surrounding regions depended on Egypt. Dependency created influence. In the 20th century, oil reshaped geopolitics. Energy producers gained bargaining power far beyond their size. In today's world, semiconductor manufacturing is strategic dominance. Digital infrastructure has become essential. Financial systems determine liquidity, and liquidity determines survival. When an empire controls necessities, negotiation shifts in its favor. Influence expands. Power multiplies. Because dependence creates leverage, and leverage converts into wealth. Empires that master supply chains gain negotiating superiority. Control of essentials is control of outcomes. Law 7. Prepare for decline. Every empire falls. Every one. No civilization has lasted forever. The question is not whether decline happens. The question is who anticipates it. The Roman Empire fractured. The Ottoman Empire dissolved. The British Empire transitioned into influence rather than dominance. And those who adapted survived. Rigid systems shatter. Flexible systems evolve. Wealthy elites historically diversify across borders. They reposition assets. They shift industries before collapse. Preparation reduces damage. Anticipation reduces panic. Empires that acknowledge mortality plan strategically. Those that deny decline accelerate it. Decline is inevitable. Destruction is optional. Adaptation determines survival. Expanded reflection. Why these laws still matter. These laws are not ancient relics. They operate today. Tech giants invest in infrastructure, data centers, cloud networks. Financial capitals compete for stability and regulation credibility. Nations race for semiconductor control. Corporations build scalable systems. Investors prioritize diversification. Governments prepare for energy transitions. The structure has changed. The patterns have not. Wealth always follows efficiency. Efficiency follows structure. Structure follows control. History does not repeat perfectly, but it rhymes consistently. Final thought. History is a blueprint. Power is predictable. Across millennia, empires obeyed the same laws. Control infrastructure, create stability, master information, build systems, maintain discipline, leverage necessities, prepare for decline. These are not motivational slogans. They are structural truths. Those who understand them recognize rising empires early, and those who ignore them are surprised by collapse. Wealth leaves patterns, and those who study the patterns do not chase opportunity. They position for it. Because the next empire is already forming. The question is not whether power will shift. The question is who understands the shift first. If you found this breakdown valuable, subscribe to Kings, Empires, and Billionaires, because history is not behind us. It is unfolding. And those who decode it build the future.